And welcome back to the Gourmet Prepper. Got some great Pico de Gallo today at the market. Got 8 of these things, 8 14-ounce boxes of Pico de Gallo. I like making salsa out of this stuff. I love eating it fresh. But we're gonna learn a few things on how to prepare this for long-term storage. Now, one thing I should just keep in mind: you can't take the Pico de Gallo itself, put it in a mason jar, and call it good. It's because it doesn't have enough acidity in it to begin with. I've got some tomatoes. Yeah, there's some acid in tomatoes, but what about the onions or the peppers? There's just too many things that are in it that don't give enough of acidity. So we're gonna talk today a little bit about converting that into a properly cooked down salsa method. Yep, we're gonna make salsa out of Pico de Gallo, and give it that safest practice on how to, including the water bath. But rather than taking up additional space on the shelf, we're going to make a shelf-stable powdered Pico de Gallo in our dehydrator. So stay tuned. Now with our Pico de Gallo, we're going to use a piece of parchment paper for the top of this tray, because inherently there's a lot of juice in here. So what I've done first is I've just taken a strainer, strained out some of that excess juice, and we're going to put that right on our tray. Get that on there. Kind of spread that out a little bit. Nice. Try to spread it out thin. Well, we want that heat to get to it and that air to get to it when we put our top on. Take the cans here. I know that's probably off camera a little bit, but you get the gist of it. Get that spread out on here. Okay. So for our first go through, we're going to take some of this Pico de Gallo and we're going to dehydrate it. Okay, now that we have our dehydrator all full, ready to go, I've got some herbs in there. I've got my Pico de Gallo. Plug it in. It's automatic. And we'll let that baby sit till tomorrow morning. So, salsa. This is probably the easy part because we just need to cook this down, no straining. We'll take all of our vegetables that we got here from the market, our great deal we got, and we're going to pour them babies right in. See, now when people come on over and they say, wow, that salsa was awesome, you could tell them, it took me all day to make. Well, just a couple hours to boil down, but you know, don't tell them. But think about it, during the SHTF, you're going to be very well fed. One important thing, we'll discuss this in a second, we want to make sure that we have enough citrus in there, enough acid in there because of the low acid ingredients like the peppers and the onions. So we'll take that, get that going. I kind of like bringing this up to almost a short, small little boil, and then reduce the heat a little bit, just enough because ultimately, see all that water that's in there? We want to get rid of a lot of that water, so we're going to let that settle now. So fresh raw Pico de Gallo is a low acid mixture. So long-term storage always requires cooking, acidifying, freezing, or dehydrating. So earlier we talked about dehydrating. We'll finish up the video with the final dehydrated process and take a look at what that stuff looks like and what we're going to use it for. But first, a quick a safety reality check, if you will. So again, because of the low acidity or inconsistency, with the addition of onions and peppers, we have to add an acid to it. You can use 5% vinegar, you could use bottled lime or lemon juice, and you want to use a ratio. At the end of the video, I'll put in that ratio of recommended acidity level to what you're going to end up using as a bottle. So for me, quart jars, pint jars, probably the smaller ones, and how much you need for recommended for each pint jar, right? So looking at my notes here, summary for the best prepper safe options, right? Cooked, we want that vinegar base or that some sort of acid that's in there. We're gonna dehydrate some. That's gonna be really cool. We're gonna use that baby, stick it on our shelf, and then of course with the dehydrated stuff, that's gonna last probably up to 15 years with an oxygen absorber. Talked a little bit about the pint jar acidification chart. That'll be in the notes below. And I think the only health benefits out of this is the way you're going to feel eating it while everybody else is eating dry rice and beans. Hey, beans aren't bad. I could probably put some of this Pico de Gallo in the bean. Yeah, sounds really good. What I like to do is I get the water filled up inside the jars, about halfway up in the canner itself. And when I'm ready to start putting the salsa into the jars, I'll pour this out in here, into the canner. I'll have my my salsa in here with the lid on, nice and tight. Put that back in. The idea, and we'll show you in a little bit here, is so that the water is over the top. Probably to there. I don't know if you can see that. Probably a little bit over the top of the jar. We'll show that to you just a little bit here, but we've got a little bit more that needs to be cooked down here. Okay, so now we're going to fill one up here. So I'm going to do this without it being on any particular stand. The whole idea is to get it up in here, and then you notice that we've got about a ½ inch of head space. Okay, not sure if you can see this or not. Oh, a little steamy. Not sure if you can see this or not, but we're going to put this in, and I'll tell you how deep that is, just over that hole in this thing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to let this canner come back up to a boil, put a lid on it, and let it go for about 45 minutes. Put it on a cooling rack, and then these are done. Okay, so our stuff's been overnight. Let's take this off for a second. And notice how brittle, it's dry. You know, we've got some really good dehydrated pico. And if you remember, just a little bit earlier in the scene, we showed how cake this was. Man, overnight it just really dehydrated down, didn't it? So before I turn the video back on, I took the opportunity to grind some up because we're going to actually use this now. And I made a fine powder out of it. So again, with Pico de Gallo, we can dehydrate this. I could have just taken it in that powder, or in that form off the dehydrator, put it in an airtight vacuum jar, or put an oxygen absorber in it. But again, on this channel, we want to talk about what we can do with this stuff. So let's make taco seasoning. So not this stuff. This stuff's good, but good God, why is yellow corn flour? I don't know what maltodextrin. If I can't pronounce it, why am I eating this stuff? salt, paprika, spices, green tea extract, whatever. That goes back to the store. We can make our own. Oh, by the way, here's our finished product on the Pico de Gallo that we made salsa out of. I got 4 jars out of that. That's ready to go. So let's make taco seasoning using our dehydrated Pico de Gallo. So we're going to take 3 tablespoons of our nice finely chopped up stuff here. By the way, I already did this for the simplicity of the video. So I got 3 tablespoons of chili of our base, our dehydrated Pico de Gallo. I got a tablespoon of chili powder. I've got 2 teaspoons of ground cumin. I like smoked paprika, so I got 1.5 teaspoons of that. And then our garlic powder. Remember, we made this a couple videos ago. So let's give it, oh man, that is really, whew. Let's get one of them. Onion powder. Now, the reason why this is dark is because I smoke the onions first. I love that smoky flavor. So let's give it a teaspoon of that. Oregano that we dehydrated. Let's get a nice teaspoon of that. Black pepper. I cheated, bought that from the store. Okay, and then here we are. We could put some red pepper flakes in there if you want, but my Pico de Gallo, before I put it in there, was already kind of spicy, so I'm not going to add any more spice to it. But I got this really nice powder. This is ready to go. I can vacuum seal this. I can put an oxygen absorber in it, or I can put it in a Mylar bag or in a mason jar, vacuum sealed. Now the whole deal here with this, when we go to use this, we take this with our ground beef, our ground venison, or what have you, and we're going to end up using probably about, well, get the bigger scoop, probably about 3, maybe 4 tablespoons of this powder, this mixture, per pound of meat. That's if you like your stuff really flavorful and spicy. Back it off if you have to, but there you have it. One last thing. Remember our potato powder? If we don't want this stuff to cake up, and what I mean by caking up is turning into these clumpy rocks, then let's use a nice hearty teaspoon of potato powder. Stir that in. That's going to help this from caking up. So that's all I have for you today on Pico de Gallo and taco seasoning and salsa. Pretty instructive video, pretty big one. Give me a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, tell your buddies, and we'll see you on the next one.